There we go. And self-healing practitioner and educator, December 8th. It is 7:30. No, it's not 7:30. My computer's off. It's 6:37. Time is being important lately. Hurry, so excuse me while I take a bong rip and get my coffee going. Another coffee, which is bad. I gotta work on my discipline. Discipline is everything, man. What you not do is more important than what you frickin' do. That's both physically and mentally. What you not do is more important than what you try to do. Seriously, Myra. Myra is the name of my mother. And I didn't get along with my mom too well. I had a rough childhood, to say the frickin' least. Most people in my childhood don't survive it. And as an adult, they usually end up in prison or dead. Seriously. But Myra was the name of my mother, and Myra is a woman I ran into last week who I'm realizing now as I just got done, again, time being important, 6:30. From 6 to 6:30 every morning, there is an activation going on around the world that I'm part of, and I'm going to be continuing to be part of and leading at some point. Excuse me while I rip this. I'll get back to Myra. Well, Myra's a lady I met. There's no coincidence I met her in my life. I don't know what she's supposed to be, and I'm not supposed to define her. She has my mother's name for a purpose, a reason I realized this morning. And Myra told me something interesting. She told me I was a fool and to look it up. And it's a good thing, bad thing. A fool is the Joker in the deck. We all know what the Joker is. He's the wild card. And when I read that, and anybody knows me knows it's true. So anyways, Myra's an interesting person. She's 80 years old. She walks 10 miles a day. She's got yoga skills off the frickin' hook, Tai Chi, whatever you want to call it. She's way past any naming, just like me. Way past it, way past me. I'm 61 and she's 80. She's exact 80. So she would be the exact age of my mother. No, my mother was actually a few years older, but still, she's close enough to have been physically, biologically. She could have been my mother. She would have been 19. So I have much to learn from this spirit, mystical spirit that's walking around my streets of Ukiah named Myra. And I've now become one. That's what I was realizing this morning, having realized I connected with this container that works from 6 to 6:30 a.m. Pacific time. And I'm found that I'm working out every morning at that time. And when I don't, I miss my container. I miss my people. I miss my spirit. And it's actually, I was taught how to do this hours earlier. So this is just a container that I've joined a group of people that are doing it. And for however long they do it, if you know what I mean. It's like when you get a group of people and you do workouts every couple, twice a week for a few months, and then you stop doing that, you're going to continue doing it, and you're going to think about and be connected with your partners that are out there doing their workouts. That's what these containers are about. So again, I'm putting it out there 6 to 6:30. I've been doing it now for close to almost a year, 9 months. 9 months ago is when I met my container leader, and I was, to put it out there, I do container work, the work that we do that's done in a container, which is yogic, Tai Chi stuff. I do it for hours every morning anyways. And I also prep before 6 o'clock, usually. Till like today I didn't. That's why I'm talking about it. Like, container work is easy. It's just a matter of laying down, relaxing, doing box breathing, and some other things, whatever you want to do for a period of time. I do my deportment and my movement all together, something that hopefully I'll be teaching more of. I put it out. It's just a matter of putting it out more and more properly. Now I'm getting what Alexis is at here. This is Jack Wayne stuff. This is every day, the rest of your life kind of stuff. No problem. No problem. Breathing through it. uh, and do I even have time for coffee? Not really. So, yeah, life has gotten interesting lately, but I'm going to slow it down. And I don't know how Myra is interacting in this, but all I know is the only way I get to meet Myra is getting my little butt out the door and walking, because the lady walks 10 miles a day, and I got to get out there and find her. And she's just like a little, very whimsical person, very like whimsical person. Uh, and Myra, again, is high level Tai Chi yoga, way beyond me kind of stuff that I want to learn. And she was talking about being a pain teacher, and it's like, wow, that's when I realized I don't remember the exact words she said, and I should. She was. Some people are always looking for a teacher, and I never was, but I always ended up one. And I'm not looking for one now, but I think I found one anyways. Just how life is. But I could just see myself sitting around, just like I was that day, soaking up every word from Myra. Words that I needed to hear from my mother and never did. Now I'm starting to think I came into Myra's life to give her the words she needed to hear from her children. And she talked about being a pain teacher. And what she did mostly was talk about pain. And not about pain, but about there being no pain. And she just would not get off the subject of there being no pain and why there was no pain. And she had very good reasons why there was no pain and why I have no pain and you have no pain. She had solid reasons. I couldn't argue with her any more that she had. And when I'm sitting here doing my movement and I'm feeling my pain and I'm going into my breath work and I'm feeling my pain, I'm thinking of Myra again going, there's no pain. It's all a dream. It's all a dream. You could pinch yourself and not know if you're in the dream. There was a guy there that was listening to her talk, and he was arguing with her, and he was doing that. He was pinching himself. It's like, dude, you're not listening to the words. How can you prove that you're not dreaming? You're not in the matrix. You cannot. Therefore, your pain is not real in that context. You make it real by thinking about it. And I've learned that as a solid thing over the last year on my own. It's why I've been pushing myself by all these motivational speakers, but pushing myself to get out the door and walk, to meet Myra. Because to me, that's what it was about. It was a culmination of my own personal work over the last year, doing my workouts, doing my walks, mainly the walks, because that's when you get out and interact with people. I was getting out before doing business, but I wasn't just getting out and just walking and more than workout walking, like I said, just walking, just going out. You get to a point where you will go out just for a walk because your legs want to go if you do it right. If you do it right. And I'm not even walking long distance. I was thinking about that also, the distances that, like, she walks, and other people, like my younger friends, are out there running those distances, and they want me to come with them. It's like, dude, I can't even walk, much less run. And then my walking is like she's clicking off 10 miles, and she asked me, she goes, how much do you walk every day? I said, well, max, the most 3 miles, a good day 5 or 6 or something like that. I thought it was being really like, whoa, she can't match that. And then she tells me 10, and I'm like, shit. But yeah, I knew better. There's like a crew of old people around this town that just smoke me all the time. They go limping on by me, but then I see them an hour, 2 hours later, or later in the day, they're still limping around town every flipping day. That's the life of these people. In fact, Myra was talking about moving onto the streets. I hope she doesn't, because you got to have your grounding base. You got to be able to get away from these people. But yeah, interesting person and interesting things that I do. And I'm sitting here plotting the rest of the month because, man, it's going to be hectic. And so I'd really like to have a Christmas gift of running in Myra again. I'm not seeing where there's going to be the time, so just going to have to stretch it out and get out there and pray I run in my little fairy again. A lot of fun, that Myra.